All right, hey guys. So I'm gonna do a quick video on the difference between HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl, or iron-on. A lot of the times you'll see Cricut brand stuff say iron-on, or Martha Stewart stuff just say iron-on. That's the same thing as HTV. And regular adhesive vinyl. So I have a few rolls over here that I'm gonna show you guys the difference between the two and how you can tell between the two. Now I just sort mine out. Whoops. I just sort mine out in the bins. These bins over here. So I have like iron-on and then vinyl and then so on and so forth. So I just sort them like that. So first with HTV, or heat transfer vinyl, the biggest thing with that, so this is some white HTV. You can kind of see the back is not super shiny, but this side is very, very shiny. It's hard to see. But this side, it has a shinier feel to it as well. You can kind of see it now. So with this, I know this is HTV because it has this super, super shiny background or backing to it. And this shiny backing is actually going to be the barrier between your vinyl and your heat, and your shirt. So this plastic won't melt with it. You can put the iron or heat press right on top of it, which is awesome. Now, when you put this on the mat with HTV, it's different than regular vinyl. You want it to cut on this not shiny side. So this over here so that I can show you on a mat what it would look like. So here is a light grip mat, which you can kind of see. So on this light grip mat, here we go. All right, so I'm going to take my super, super shiny side. So that's this side that feels shinier too. The other side kind of has a smoother feel to it, and you can kind of tell that this side is shinier. So whatever side is shinier, and I'm using white, so that might not be a good example. Let me use orange. Also, word of advice, don't put regular tape on vinyl. I made that mistake. Now I use masking tape. The regular tape damages it, all vinyl, and it's super hard to get off. So here's the orange. Let me bring this over here. Okay, so here's orange. So you can see this side is a much different color than this side. This is my shiny side with the more orange color to it. And then this is the side that we would want it to cut on. So you can see it easier with this vinyl. And this is the Sizer brand. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I love this brand. This is the best HTV that I found, and I actually just get it from a little vinyl shack place that I go to. It's literally just a trailer. I live in Charlotte, so it's actually in Concord. So if you're from this area, it's a great little place. It's called Carolina Vinyl Shack. And they have a website as well. So if you don't live in North Carolina or in this area, you can always order offline. And I got a roll of this color, and I've used a bunch of this. So this isn't the whole roll I got. I got 1 yard, so 3 feet of this for $3.25. So super cheap, and it's lasted me forever. So now that we can actually see better, so we can see this is not my shiny side. We can see that this side is. So you can see the difference here. Shiny side, not shiny side. We want this to be facing down. So I'm going to take this and just place it on my mat. Shiny side down. Now I'm not going to do any cuts with this just now. I'm just showing you guys the difference between the two and how to set it up. So now it's on there. I have it all set up, shiny side down. Now, when you go to set up your project with HTV or iron-on, you have to mirror it because this is backwards. It's going to show your whole pattern on the other side the correct way. So when you weed this out and then flip it over, it'll be the right way. But when it cuts out, you want it to be mirrored when it's shiny side down like this. If it's not, then you're going to be putting it on your project backwards. So make sure you mirror with this. And then when you weed, I use the weeding tool and I'll just peel. I'm not going to do it on here because it's a brand new sheet, but I'll just dig it in here and peel it off underneath here. A lot of the times I go from the corner of the project, just peel it off and peel back. I find HTV to be much easier to weed because it's not sticky on the other side. It's not going to come back and stick to anything on your project, and I have the worst luck with that. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I have the worst luck with that. So I'm going to roll this up, and I'm actually going to grab a new piece of masking tape because this had regular tape on it. It's been a while since I've used this orange. And then I'm going to show you guys really quick just regular adhesive. There, stuck it on there. This won't damage it. Super easy to peel it off. And this is actually when you get rolls, most of the time they put masking tape on it. This is another, this is a patterned HTV actually. So let me show you what this one looks like. This one obviously has a shiny side, but the other side is just plain. So this would go puzzle piece down. So it's going to go pattern down. And then this side, the shiny side over here, you can kind of see it shinier, will be our barrier between the two. So you don't need transfer tape with HTV either because it has the plastic backing to it, and that's what's going to be what you place down. So you don't need transfer tape or anything like that with HTV or iron-on, which is nice. If you're just doing HTV projects, you don't need transfer tape at all. Okay, so these are HTV. Actually, I need to wrap this up. And then I will show you guys, I have two different kinds of adhesive vinyl over here. One of them is the pink that we used in the video I made yesterday, if you've been following along with the wooden heart project. So adhesive vinyl is different than HTV. So this one is red. So here we can see we have our color side and then this other side. We don't really, like this side's not shiny at all. This feels just like construction paper almost. And then this side's our actual side. So we can see a huge difference in this and the HTV already. So that's how I tell the difference. A lot of the times my adhesive vinyl has like this paper backing and not a plastic backing. And then it's got the color on the other side. So with regular adhesive vinyl, this is Oracle 651. With regular adhesive, you're going to stick it so that it's the color side up. So that's opposite of the HTV. And I actually bought this from the Carolina Vinyl Shack as well for $3.25 a roll, which ended up being 3 feet of this vinyl, which is a ton. So I actually leave my vinyl hanging off like this. A lot of people will cut 12 by 12 sheets. I do not. So you would just stick it on here, and then when you do your project, if it's just adhesive, so you would use adhesive for, I actually didn't even tell you what you use heat for. So heat transfer vinyl you use for t-shirts. You can use it on glass, you can use it on wood. I used it on these coasters, so this is just cork. So there's a lot of different materials you can use it with. Basically anything that can take heat. So you can't do it on plastic, you can't do heat transfer vinyl on your Cricut or anything like that because those are materials that could melt if you put the iron to it. So any material really that can withstand that heat, you can do heat transfer vinyl with. I personally think heat transfer vinyl is easier to work with than regular adhesive. So the regular adhesive then you would use on things like if you're making a decal for inside or your car, anything that needs it to be sticky. Anything on my Cricut is with adhesive. The blood drips on my Cricut are with this actual sheet that I have. I use for these, I used the permanent vinyl on that as well. I did not do the HTV on that. I did the permanent vinyl. And then the picture is actually just printed on laser copy paper of that and stuck on with glue dots. So the back doesn't look great, but you can't see it, so I don't care. So that was a quick little rundown of HTV and regular adhesive. So I will show you guys really quick where I go to get some of my vinyl. So a lot of the times I go to that place I mentioned with Carolina Vinyl Shack. They're my favorite and I can just go there whenever and I don't have to pay for shipping because it's an actual store. So that's one place and that has a website. So I just Googled Carolina Vinyl Shack and then here is the website. And you can see you can go through Adhesive Vinyl. I found that their website doesn't have all of their things listed. I don't know why, but here's some of their removable vinyl. This isn't all the colors they have in person either, so I don't know why they only have some choices on here, but these are sheets of 12 by 12 inch and they're $1. So they're a pretty good price. Their heat transfer, they actually have, oh, this is not Sizer. I apologize. This is Easy Weed that I use. But sometimes I'll get the Sizer from there as well. But here it's $3.75 for a roll of it. So it was $3.25. So they just upped their prices a little bit. $3.50 for some of like the basic colors. The stretch is $3.75. So that's it. That's different types are different prices. So you can see there's a lot of options, especially with the HTV on their website. Like I said, in person, they have a lot more, but I think their colors change out a lot. So I think that's why this is limited. The other place that I have bought from is, okay, the other place is Cuts Vinyl. This place is based out of California, so not in California. So I pay for shipping with that. Shipping can be a little much sometimes, but I personally think it's worth it for this stuff. So their heat transfer vinyl, they have so many colors and they use Sizer. So, and it's Sizer Easy Weed. It's the same price as the other place and they have so many colors in here. And then they even break it down on here, what each color would kind of look like. So I really, really like this website. I've never had a problem finding something from them. They use the Oracle 651. This is the first place. So these are $3.25 a roll for a 5-foot roll. So it's 12 inches by 5 feet. So you actually get more here than you would from the last website that I got. I love, love, love this website and love all the vinyl that they have. I've never had any issues. The Oracle and the Sizer are the two that I use for everything. So then they also have sublimation transfers, they have classes, they have glitter, they have blanks, they have all kinds of things on here that you can get, and all different kinds of HTV and adhesive, and it's just a really, really awesome website. The only downside is that you have to pay for shipping, especially coming from California. For me, that's across the country. So my shipping, I think, ended up being like $11, but I got like 5 rolls plus that shipping for like $30. So to me, that wasn't bad. That was the first vinyl that I ever purchased other than Cricut brand when I was at the store buying my Cricut before I realized I hated Cricut brand. So I think that's a pretty common thing of not liking the Cricut brand. I think it's really, really hard to work with, but I hope this quick rundown between the two kind of helps you guys figure out what they are, because the first time I heard HTV, I had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. So this would have been helpful for me. So I hope it was helpful for you guys. And if you have any other questions or need me to elaborate on anything, please let me know.